This is a 1984 Honda Trail 110, also known as CT 110. As you can see, it's in pretty good shape. I bought this bike in 2002 when it had about 7,900 miles on it. Now it has a little more than 9,700 miles. It was in pretty rough shape when I bought it, and I've been fixing it up over the years here and there and pretty much replaced or repainted all the Monza red plastics. It's a new seat, new down cover, or down tube cover, new logos, decals. My neighbor was also nice enough to put a half a gallon of water in the tank, and when I started it the next day and took off, I didn't get very far, as you might imagine, knowing that there was water in the system. And because of that, I replaced the tank and the carburetor. I probably could have cleaned it out and just reused it, but since the parts were available at the time, I thought it might be good to have spares anyway. Now it runs better than ever, but that was definitely a hang-up. Had to rebuild the engine. Also recently repainted this headlight bucket that was faded. Put a new decal on it there. And I used the same paint to paint the rear auxiliary gas tank. I'll show you here in a sec. And put another decal on that. These are aftermarket decals, as those are no longer available. But I thought it turned out pretty good. If that's coming in focus or not. My dad bought his 110 in 1984 new, and since then my brother and I, we picked up some. And such a fun bike to ride if you've never ridden one. They're a hoot. Plus they get 100 plus miles to the gallon, so pretty easy on the pocketbook. The other thing I like about these is you can get a lot of the parts still. Almost every part is still available. I understand Honda still manufactures this bike for Australia, and there's a website, dratv.com, where Jack and Claudia import a lot of the parts from Australia and sell them here. But you can also get a number of the parts available from your local dealership, your Honda dealer. I used Perry Honda here in Salt Lake City, and they were able to help me find a number of parts. You know, a lot of the pieces, panels, and decals you can no longer get, but anything engine related, seals and whatnot, are still around. My luggage rack was in pretty rough shape. The chrome was okay, but it was pretty rusty down in here. As you might be able to tell, I undercoated it under there and it looks pretty good. There's my gas cap, gas tank. These tires are about had their life, but still riding them. These are probably the second or third set. But if you're thinking about upgrading yours or updating or refurbishing, I had a lot of fun doing this over the years. I think I've got this bike about where I want it now. Had the forks rebuilt, well, just new seals I should say. While I did that, I put new fork boots on. But nothing too crazy with this bike. Perry Honda also helped me install some they helped me splice in some wires to the battery so I can hook it up to a battery tender or battery maintainer to keep the battery strong. As you know, the battery for these is used as a surge protector, and if you don't have a good battery, you can blow out your tail light and your headlight as those turn on when you kick the bike, and a surge of power would blow them out, which isn't very fun to replace that bucket, that headlight there. At least today was, in today's dollars, is about 55 bucks. Anyway, thought you might appreciate a tour of my 1984 Honda Trail 110.